Welcome, my brozilla, to a new video. My name is Venomworm, but you can call me as Marco, and let's talk about 2023 of Shadowverse. I'm playing Shadowverse for a long while now, more from time to time, but you can see here, Celestial Dragonblade. That's my favorite set of all time, because that set hooked me so hard. We got Leviathan Dragon, Diamond Master, we got Masquerade Ghost, and a lot more good and cool stuff. The Discard Dragon with Lumiere. I just love this set, and that's what we're doing right now. We're talking about the memories of 2023, because this set came at the beginning of 2023 out, and I was so hooked that I thought, okay, let's do content about Shadowverse, and now we're here. Unfortunately, the set got rotated out, and most of my favorite decks got also rotated out with that. Still sad, but that's how it is. But overall, Celestial Dragonblade gave me two of my favorite decks of all time. What decks I'm talking about? The people who knows me probably know that I love Ghost Rush and Armored Dragon. It's hard to decide which one I am like more, but in the end, I'm a Dragoncraft main, and my favorite card is Leviathan Dragon. Leviathan Dragon, Fanfare. If there are any draconic weapon in your hand, randomly discard one and gain the ability to evolve for 0 evolution points. Then this follower evolves if at least 4 allied armored followers have left this match. Choose evolve into one of the following cards: Leviathan Dragon attack form, Leviathan Dragon defense form, Leviathan Dragon blast form. Evolve, deal 5 damage to an enemy follower, put a draconic weapon into your hand. His normal evolution kinda sucks. Okay, but the mode changes are so good. Attack form deals 5 damage to enemy followers. If an armored follower attacks, it gets +2/+2. Defense form gives us a protection, draw 2, and all the followers and the leader restore at the end of turn 3. That's so good. But the best form of all of them, Leviathan Dragon blast form. On evolution, or more like the Fanfare, gain 2 play points, and every follower you play gets rush. At the end of your turn, deal damage to the enemy leader equal of the attack of your blast form. There was some way to boost it also. I love this card. I love this card so much. But I still have to mention Masquerade Ghost. This card looks insane. I mean, look at it. The evolution looks so good. When this follower comes into play, summon a ghost. Whenever an allied ghost comes into play, give it +1 with +0. Whenever an allied ghost is banished, summon a gargantuan ghost. Last word, give your leader the following effect. At the start of your next turn, summon a cost 6 Masquerade Ghost without last words. Then remove this effect. It's so good. I love this card. Ghost Rush was such a cool deck, but like I said, Leviathan is my favorite, so he's a bit higher than Masquerade Ghost. My favorite memory of 2023 in Shadowverse is probably the release of Eightfold Abyss Aswold, because that was the introduction of Blast Form. We doesn't got all 3 forms in one set, we got them step by step, but I love all of them. I love all forms, but Blast Form was different. He was a game changer, because every time you were kinda stuck. I had situations like enemy top deck moment, draw into Leviathan Dragon and evolve into blast form and took the game. This was so amazing. That's why I'm saying all of these moments where I did top deck my Leviathan Dragon. You can see them in a lot of videos. That's my favorite moments of Shadowverse 2023. And I'm not alone, so have fun with the next guest and their memories. See ya.
Hey guys, it's me Slasher. First I want to thank Marco for putting me in the video. He was the one who really pushed me to play Shadowverse more actively. I usually play Bloodcraft in most of the videos you see me play, but recently I picked up Swordcraft and have really been liking its playstyle. My favorite memory of Shadowverse is when Handless Blood, this deck, was still in rotation, and there was this one fight. My opponent was on 9. I had invoked Parceless Demon of Greed's skill. Oh, if I have no cards in hand, summon her. And I had, like, after that I drew a couple cards from other skills. I had 1 Evo point. I was able to draw 2 Full Moon Leaps, and I had 1 Evo. I used the Full Moon Leap. I had only like 2 cards in hand at Full Moon Leap's skill is give +2/+0 to an allied follower, and if you have 2 or less cards, give the card Storm, which means I could just attack face even on the turn that it was summoned. And I had 2 of these, and Parceless Demon of Greed's stats is 3/3, so I had 2, so it was a 5/3, then it was a 7/3, but on Evo, it's a 5/5, so with 2 Full Moon Leaps on it, it became a 9/5, and I was able to KO the opponent because they had no wards on the field, which is a very nice way. Just the heart of the cards drew me the 2 Full Moon Leap, and I was very happy about that. My favorite deck is of course Wrathblood, because this deck is very much an aggro deck, and usually by turn like 4 or 5, depending on how much you damage your opponent, you can KO them on turn 4 and 5, because Devilist Flutist, Fear Disciple, Howling Scream, Silver Snipe, Vicious Blitzer, all those cards to damage you, so you become in Wrath as well. And you can, if your opponent fills their field with like stuff and you have an evil point and you're in Wrath for Diabolus Head On, which means if you're in Wrath you gain Storm and destroy all enemy followers. So if they have a lot of wards, you just destroy in one instant. And it also gets Storm, and it's a 6/4, so they usually go to like below 10 or something. And then if you're in Wrath and you have a Fenrir, you could KO them in that turn. So turn 4 and 5 is when you really want to KO before they are able to do anything. The other old favorite of mine is of course Festive Blood, or also known as Handless Blood, just because of how aggro it can also be, and just how fun it is just to have no cards in hand, but have so much potential. Just because you draw so many cards, you get Parceless Demon of Greed on the field. You also have Razor Claw. Razor Claw, the best card, just because if your opponent's on 3 HP and you have more than 2, which can happen, you can just KO your opponent with just 1 spell, which is always nice. Full Moon Leap, the best card in the game, and I wish we still had this card. +2, and then if you have 2 or less cards, Storm is amazing. My favorite set from 2023 was Celestial Dragonblade. It had so many good cards that you could use. It brought so much to the table. It was really something when this rotated out last patch. Of course, some of the best cards in this set was Levantine Dragon, with its Evo for attack form, defense form, and blast form. Just the versatility of all 3 forms was very nice. Of course, my favorite card in that set was Howling Demon. Just deal 5 damage to all enemy followers. If Wrath isn't active, you deal 3 damage to your leader, otherwise evolve this follower. It's just a board wipe in most cases, but now that we have Diabolus Head On, it's kind of alright. Yeah, not having Drain on it is, it's there. But Howling Demon will live through Diabolus Head On. Well, that was all I had to say. See you guys next time.
Hello everyone, my name is Fiona, or Fading Hopes. First of all, thank you Marco for letting me be part of this video. I am a huge Havencraft main, but I'm still kind of fairly new to Shadowverse. I only really played a lot after the Crosscraft collab with Ignitius. I was honestly very nervous, but it turned out to be one of the most memorable events for me in 2023, and it was actually my first collab. I got to meet so many great Shadowverse content creators, and they inspired me to continue playing Shadowverse and make Shadowverse content as well. Special shout out to Vice. I actually only play Shadowverse very casually before that, and by casually I mean going in to buy the leaders, do the puzzles, and Chikawa and Sanrio collab really got me spending my money. I've never really spent money on packs, but that kind of all changed actually right after the Crosscraft tournament. I decided to open my wallet and threw money to open packs, because I got so tired of losing. Right after, on the same day actually, we got news of Shadowverse 2! Sorry, I mean Worlds Beyond. I was hyped! I started to really get into the game right after that. So yeah, and I've been playing almost every day since then, I guess. I managed to get to A0, well A1 as of when this video was made. So that was something that I didn't think I would achieve, but I managed to do so, so I'm pretty proud of my own achievement, I guess. It's not much, but it is an achievement for me. So the deck I love to play in 2023 was definitely Apple Heal, as you can see in my background. I still play it now in rotation, and yeah, the playstyle just kind of stuck with me, and I just like kind of make some tweaks here and there when some of my cards are rotated out. So my favorite set, let me show you my favorite set. My favorite set is actually Academy of Ages, because, well, Illuvia is my queen. And the cards are also really good. A lot of them ended up being staples in my current deck. And one more reason why I love this set so much was because of Holy Saber Leader. I am unfortunately still trying to get her. As you can see, I'm trying to spark her. And I guess one thing that I do miss is also another Havencraft deck, but it's Crystallized Haven. Especially the combo of Sapphire Princess and Diamond Master. Ooh, Chef's Kiss. I love it when I could destroy my opponent's board. And I guess Chirpy is also really cute. All in all, I think 2023 has been an amazing year for me in Shadowverse. I am still looking forward to hopefully make more Shadowverse content in the future, be it streaming or even possibly starting a YouTube account. But with that, I'd like to give thanks to the people who have, I guess, supported me and helped me learn more about Shadowverse, even though I am a newbie. And cheers to a great year of Shadowverse in 2024 with big hype on Worlds Beyond. Looking forward to fishing and playing Mahjong with my beloved Shadowverse friends. Thank you.
Hi everyone, Matt here. So first of all, I want to thank Marco for asking me to do this. I know I'm not really a prominent figure in like the Shadowverse community, and so I can't really didn't expect to be asked to contribute. But nonetheless, I'm really thankful to have the opportunity to kind of share a little bit more about what I love about Shadowverse as a game, especially from the perspective of like a relative newcomer. Alright, so first question is favorite deck of 2023. Honestly, it's quite tough for me to pick a deck that I really enjoyed playing during this past year, because I think a lot of them were kind of fun in their own right. But out of everything I tried, maybe I'd have to say Burial Rite Shadow, Wrath Blood, and Discard Dragon were my favorite to play personally. If I had to pick exactly one, maybe Discard Dragon. I know it's kind of like one of those like linear decks, and it can kind of be like annoying to play against even. But I do kind of enjoy linear decks and kind of like decks with like a limited play variation. I understand like, you know, decks having complexity can be fun as well, and I feel while those decks can be fun, it's true. Decks with lower variation and more linear game plans can be easier to climb with in rotation ladder, if that makes sense. It's also easier to learn. It's faster for you to pick up, to learn like the lines of play and stuff like that. So rather than you need to spend a lot of time to play like learn how to play a convoluted deck, I understand it can be very satisfying as well, because I think Wrath Blood does fall into that category. So yeah, I think a good mix is fine. But I do prefer, of course, playing something that I don't have to spend too much time to learn, because I don't really have enough time to grind as much. So I guess that makes sense. Alright, so the next question is my favorite set of 2023. I'd have to say probably Academy of Ages. Mainly because like Liam the Worm, which was a crazy addition for like the discard dragon deck. Gives you a bonus discard outlet to trigger Lumiere multiple times. And tokens are actually not too bad, so honestly I think that was a really good addition. I think another card was Galom Empress Fist. I think that was really good as well. I believe that's being used in the discard Vengeance, Blood and Unlimited, and honestly I got my start in playing Unlimited, so I think that's really cool. Alright, so next question is my favorite Shadowverse memories of 2023. Right, so it's kind of strange because I don't really interact with the community much, and honestly, and actually I did take a break from the game from about roughly in the middle of the year onwards or so. Actually only just came back to play when I saw information about like Resurgent Legends, the new set. I think I saw Igni tweet something about like Big Dragon, and honestly that drew me back in because I do like big splashy cards, and honestly Big Dragon has been absolute blast to play. I know it's again not like the most fun to play against because it can feel very random with like you might just get gimped 100-0 by like multiple Relic Dragons chaining, or like Degenerate Dragon Relic Dragon shenanigans. But honestly it's really fun. I still think it's really fun. I think the game as a whole is actually pretty easy for you to get back into as a returning player. I played almost religiously over the last year, leading up to the point where I took a break, and I think it's a game that kind of rewards you for having a certain amount of knowledge, and then you just need to pick up a little bit more knowledge because there's already like established archetypes, right? So sometimes it's like new decks for you to learn, and that can be fun as well. I think stuff like Loot Sword was quite interesting to try and pick up and learn. But Loot Sword again is one of those decks, kind of like a Wrath Blood in rotation, Gyarados Blood, I think, during that period. Because you kind of have to like, you know, plan out your turns and plan out your burst damage and stuff like that. So it's honestly pretty fun, pretty cool, and you can always pick up like temporary cards as well with the new expansions. And I think missions make it easier for you to farm packs and get your feet wet again. So honestly, I think it's pretty kind. It's been pretty kind to me so far. I also started playing the game about 2 years ago with Discard Blind Unlimited, and it was the cheapest deck to build back then. I think it's still probably one of the cheapest decks to build right now. It can help you finish quests real quick, and then you can get more packs to buy more cards. Eventually build a deck that you actually really want to play. I definitely highly recommend it for anybody who's looking to pick up the game. You might not want to play rotation first, because rotation does get a little bit difficult, and you do have to like relearn the meta game every new set. Whereas I feel like there's less major change in Unlimited, right? Because like you still have things like Dimension Shift being strong and stuff like that. Actually, honestly speaking, the last year for me was spent mostly interacting with Shadowverse Evolve, which is the physical TCG offshoot of the Shadowverse game. The gameplay is similar to the digital version, but I think with enough differences that it more or less is its own beast, right? It's quite a unique experience in and of itself. Although one, I guess, with very familiar faces at every turn. So honestly, if you're a big fan of Shadowverse, I highly recommend that you pick up Shadowverse Evolve. You will see all your favorite characters there again, but you know, with different play styles and different mechanics sometimes even. Alright, so that's it from me, and I hope you guys continue enjoying playing the game. Thanks.